Hello, I'm David Groninger in Seattle, Washington, and today is Friday, December 4th, 2015. And each day I ask myself the question, what might be a 10-minute message that just might possibly help 10 million people? And every day I come up with many answers. So I pick one of the answers and decide to do a talk on it. Many of these talks are things that I've thought about for years but just never put into a message. Others are a few ideas that I do a little bit of research on. Today, the idea that came to mind today is the book written in 1926 by George Clason called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's basically a money management book. He originally wrote the book in basically like seven or 10 different lessons, and he would give these little booklets to banks, and they would give them out to their customers. And it basically had to do with the practical wisdom of saving money, of investing money, of living frugally, having a budget, buying your own home, and saving for retirement, and increasing your capacity to earn by ongoing education, things like this. Having insurance, so to protect your assets and protect your health and things like this. Well, so what I decided to do today is to list out the 7 main principles that are in this book and to show the synergistic relationship between the principles. When you know one of the principles in the book, for example, the first one is just save a minimum of 10% of your paycheck. So if you get an $800 paycheck, take $80, the first 10%, take the $80, put it into an investment account, a savings account, someplace where it automatically goes that's going to start earning some interest or appreciation or something. So the first principle is to save at least 10%. And by the way, when I say the word principle comes from the Latin word primus, which means first. And the principle of first things first, that Stephen Covey wrote a book about and included that as a main principle. Principles, the word principle, it means you do it first. It means a fundamental. It means a basic law upon which many other things are governed or based. When you understand the principles of life, your life is going to be good. When you understand the principles, the underlying laws, the causes, a principle is like a cause, like a first cause of something. When you understand the cause of something, it's easy to manage that thing. The principles of health, these are the causes of good health. The principles that govern happy human relations, these are the causes of good human relations. Well, the principles of money management are things like that George Clason used in his book. I'm going to first read what these things are. 1, save 10% of your money, minimally, and get it invested. And 2, control your expenses. That means have a budget. 3, they say make thy gold multiply, because the book is written as a story many, like 6,000 years ago in ancient Babylon. So make thy gold multiply means find ways to invest the money that you save. Next, have insurance. Guard, as they say, guard thy treasures from loss. Make sure that your money is safe. Invest in things you understand. Invest in, with financial planners or with investment companies that have high integrity and that are going to do a good job for you. Then it says, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Buy your own home. Buy a home rather than rent. Even if you have to buy an old little home, buy a home rather than rent. In the long run, it's going to be in your favor. Then ensure a future income. That's save for retirement. Then increase thy ability to earn. Have ongoing education. Develop your skills so that you can become more valuable and offer higher quality service and therefore get back higher quality value. So I'm going to quickly read these over again. Number 1, save a minimum of 10% of your paycheck. 2, control your expenses, have a budget. 3, invest the money that you save. 4, guard your money from loss, meaning that the way you invest your money, invest it with people who are skilled and who have a track record of not losing people's money and doing a good job. Don't try to make 100% on your money. but just try to do something that's consistently good year after year. Own your own home. Save for retirement. And increase your ability to earn. Now, the synergistic relationship of these principles is this. Synergy means 1 + 1 equals more than 2. Synergy means that two people coming together, the way they act and what they do, their ability to perform or be effective in some way is superior or is more than the ability for them to be productive or perform separate, apart from each other. The synergy is two things coming together that help each one become even stronger. There's a synergy in principles. For example, when you, principle number 1, save 10%. Well, I'll tell you, as soon as you go to principle number 2, which is budget your money, the more you can save, the more you're in control of how you spend your money, that's going to help, number 1. It's going to make sure you can save that 10%. And if you really do a good job budgeting your money, you're probably going to be able to save 15 or even 20%. So you see that the synergy here, by controlling your expenses, you're going to support the first principle of saving a minimum of 10%. And number 3, investing your money. Well, if you're able to save more than 10%, like 15 or 20, and some people can save actually 30 or 40% because they have very low expenses, that is, they've taken care of number 2, the second principle, very well in controlling your expenses. So when you're able to save 20 or 30% of your income, consider then number 3, investing your money, how much more money you have to invest. Well, number 4, guard your money from loss. Well, the more experience you have investing your money, the more that you're going to be, the more keen you're going to be on finding people that can help protect your money, and the more wise that you're going to be in having insurance for your money, some way of protecting the money you have, having it in insured accounts or in investments that aren't going to lose and have a much better chance of winning. Owning your own home. You see, here's how this works out. When you can save more money, you'll have more money to put toward your home. When you can control your expenses, again, you'll have more money to put as a down payment to your home, and all the more quickly be able to pay off the home, which will mean you'll be paying less, interest, which will mean you'll be able to start save even more money, which means you'll be able to invest even more money and ensure a future income. When you're saving money for retirement, you're reducing the fear and anxiety of being poor in your old age. And when you know that you're saving for retirement, I believe that this encourages you to do even the next step, which is increase your ability to earn. See, when you're saving for your retirement, and when you then say, okay, I'm going to increase my ability to earn, that's going to help you save even more for your retirement. And in increasing your ability to earn, that is going to contribute to the first one, which is, save 10%. That's going to help this one. The other thing, as your number 3, when you invest your money, as you invest your money and you watch your investments grow, it's going to be easier to save the 10% because you're going to have so much first-hand experience. You're going to have a lot of, gratification. It's like a farmer who plants all the corn and then the corn just starts, growing and he harvests it and he sees, wow, it was smart to plant the corn seeds. Well, when your investments are doing well, you're going to say, wow, it was smart for me to invest in the first place. So having good investments and watching over them is going to motivate you to continue to save that 10% and even more than that. And as you increase your ability to earn, then you're going to be able to save much more than your 10%. You might even get to 50% of your income that you can save, which then is going to contribute to ensuring a future income. You'll be able to put more money toward your retirement. And, owning your own house, owning your home, it'll make it easier and more quick to be able to pay off your house. So principles, which again are fundamental causes. Whenever you want to master a subject, when you want to succeed in any area of life, whether it be health, relationships, money, one of the first things to study are the principles. What are the underlying laws, the underlying rules that govern that area? Because when you understand what those are and you operate within these laws, it's easy to be effective. It's easy to be successful. In fact, when you take the word success itself, it means following. And that's the actual literal translation of the word, to follow something. And when you think about success as following principles, so principles are the basic laws in anything. Just like a farmer, he has to plant the seed, he has to work and make the field ready to plant the seed, he has to make sure there's water there and sunlight. When he works with the principles, he gets the results. So when he understands the fact that there's a cause and effect, the cause is the principle. Well, every area of life has these principles. Deal with causes and you won't have to worry too much about, the little things, little problems that come along the way. Just keep working on the cause. Keep saving your money. Control your expenses. Invest your money. Safeguard your investments from loss. Own your own home. Ensure a future income. Save for retirement. And increase your ability to earn. Well, let's see. Well, that's funny. I thought my clock was supposed to go off, but I said it wrong. But it's been 10 minutes. Well, each day I make a talk, and it's a message that I hope might help 10 million people. So I ask myself, what is a message that might help 10 million people? And today, my message was when I remembered having read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, written in the year 1926, by the way, almost 100 years ago. Think how many decades, almost 100 years, that people have had an opportunity to understand principles of monetary success. And yet, how few people refer to these principles and master the principles? How many people are distracted by the many effects of living and the many insignificant things, the lesser important things, because they're not quiet and stable and focused enough to really master the principles? So I encourage the listener here to really read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, even read it out loud, even start a book club. It's that important of a book. This book will make you money, period. Ask people who have read this book, who've taken it to heart, and many of them will give you good testimonials. So the talk today has been the principles of the richest man in Babylon, and and a discussion of the synergy among these principles, meaning that if you really master each one and you understand how each principle contributes or empowers another one, it's going to motivate you to master each one of these principles, because you're going to see that with a accumulated effect, it's kind of like that in the very first Star Wars movie. They have the Death Star, and it focuses all the rays of power into a single beam, and then it goes and it can destroy planets. When you take a set of principles and you work them together and you understand how the synergy is, how they help each other become more powerful, it's kind of like taking, like the Death Star, you might say, that focuses all of the rays of energy into one point, and you become very, very powerful in living. You have a higher quality of life, you understand things better, and you can better help other people too. Well, this is David Groninger in Seattle, Washington, who's making talks in order to learn how to speak. And this has been my 10-minute message for the day that hopefully might help 10 million people. Thank you very much for listening. This is David Groninger. Thank you.